Hello everyone, let's look at today's session. We are going to look into the constraints which are being used in SQL commands. While creating a table, several constraints are used like primary key, unique key, check constraint and default. So let's make a table over here. Like I am creating a create table emp2 and I am keeping here e number integer and if I want to keep it as a primary key, I can write here primary key not null. Even if you do not write not null, it will automatically check whether the field is empty or not. If it is empty, it will not proceed further. Then comes name char20, which we can make unique. Unique may, if you do not give the name of any employee, it will leave it blank. If you do not want that it should be blank, you can write not null. Then comes salary, where we can write I'll write here integer and here I can use my check constraint, where I have to check that the salary should not be less than 10,000. So I can write here salary greater than 10,000. Then comes department, where I can give a default constraint. Default means if you do not provide any value, it will take marketing automatically. Okay, the table already exists, so I'll change the name to emp24 and see how easily I can copy the commands with up arrow and down arrow keys as required. So the table has been created. Create table emp24. Now if I want to insert a record into it, I can write here like insert into, which you have seen already in my previous video. Insert is a DML command. So insert into emp24 values. If I give here 1 and I write here a name and plus I write here a salary which is less than 10,000. And here I am writing a department as sales. So it's giving an error, and that error is the check constraint violated. That means the salary which I have given does not match with the constraint which is given in the check constraint, that it should be greater than 10,000. So we will have to change this salary to, like suppose I change it to 17,000, it will automatically take that record. If in some cases it feels like we do not know the name of that employee, we know only the number, we'll write insert into emp24. In the brackets we can specify the attribute names. So the attribute names which I am going to give is e number. I do not want to give the name. I'll write here salary and I am not even giving the department. And values I am giving here like 2. And the salary that I am giving here is 20,000. So for name also it is now giving an error. Reason, because while creating the table in unique I wrote not null. So this means not null is not going to leave the name blank. So we'll change here to emp number and name also along with salary. So with 2 I have to give here a name in single quotes. And then we have seen that one row has been created, but how has it been created? Because I have not given even our department. So let's see with select command, select asterisk from emp24. So you can look yourself that since I did not provide here the department was marketing. which was a default constraint which I gave in the department, that if the user does not provide any value, it will be replaced by the default value of marketing. Otherwise, it can take some other department which I gave in the first one as sales. So these were the 4 constraints which will help you to control the data according to you as you want. Now, if suppose you create a table and you forget to put your constraints, like suppose you have forgotten to put your primary key or you have forgotten to put your any other constraint, then in that case, how do we define a primary key? Let's create a table in which we forget to put the primary key. We'll create here, create table stud for student, roll number, integer, name, char 20. Now suppose I realize no, I should have kept roll number as a primary key. In that case, we have the option that with alter table command we can do alter table stud add primary key, which one? Roll number. Sorry, the spelling of alter has changed. So what will happen? Automatically your roll number becomes the primary key. And if you want that the name also should have become unique, then add me again, you can give unique. Like if I write here add unique, and in unique I write here name. So automatically both of them have got those constraints which I wanted and which I forgot while creating the table. Now comes a foreign key constraint. Foreign key constraint means if suppose you have this table student having roll number and name, or we can take that employee itself in which we have got employee number, name, salary and department. But if the company has created another database in which the employee number, the serial number, the address of that employee, the phone number of that employee, the date of birth, everything has been kept, and both these tables we want to connect to each other, this will be possible only with the help of foreign key. So let's create another table for that employee. Create table emp address, in which I am keeping serial number as a primary key, integer, this is my primary key, and here I have got roll number. Roll number I want to keep as a foreign key because roll number is already the primary key in employee table. So in that case, how we are going to do, we'll see presently. Roll number integer, then comes father name, char 20, date of birth, date. After that we can take contact number, char 50, and address, char 50. Now after this table has been created, I want to add the foreign key for that roll number which should be related to the previous table employee which I have made. In that case, what we can do, alter table emp add, and add is the command for it, foreign key में you have to relate your roll number with the roll number of that previous table. So in that case we can write here roll number of this table in which I am working and which is RNO. Then we'll write a keyword references, and in references we can write that table, the previous table EMP24 bracket में RNO. Okay, so that was an employee number in that one. Here it is RNO and there it is an ENO. Now both of them have been related to each other. This table is having RNO which is being related to the primary key of ENO which was present in the original table. So now both the tables have been linked to each other on the basis of which attribute? RNO in the present table, EMP add, and ENO which was present in the original table. The original table was having ENO as a primary key, and here SNO is the primary key in this table, EMP add. Now what is the advantage of using a foreign key? Why do we relate it? See, what will happen is if you are doing any changes in this table, it will automatically, if you are making any changes in the original table ENO, automatically here also it will be keep on updating. So if I write, so here in this case I am trying to insert the record, and if I insert into EMP add values, and like suppose I am giving 102 and here I am giving some other value like 6, after that Mr. XYZ, 25 May 1992, and then the contact number and whatever is the city. So integrity constraint means, why it is giving integrity constraint? Because due to foreign key both of them are connected to each other, both the tables, EMP add, this table, and EMP24. EMP24 does not have any this employee number as 6. Here I am trying to insert a record which is not there in the original table. Let's see the original table. Select asterisk from EMP24. So here I do not have any employee number. I have only 1 and 2. I do not have any employee number 6 or 5 or whatever. Right, and if I look into EMP add, here I have got only one record, and that is having a roll number which is connected to employee number of the previous one as 1. So both of them are matching. And if I suppose delete this record from EMP add, it doesn't you can say affect the record of EMP24 from EMP add. So let's see, delete from EMP add. So let's see both the tables. Select asterisk from EMP24. It is having the record. And if I write select asterisk from EMP add, it has no record. Like if suppose I insert one more record in EMP add, and I give here the serial number as the roll number as 1, and if I delete a record from the original table, that is EMP24, to delete from EMP24 where roll number is equal to, where employee number is equal to 1. So automatically it is going to say that I cannot delete it because it has no record present in the other table. But here if I check where employee number is equal to 2, if I write this thing, so let's see both the tables. And let's see EMP add also. Now you can see the employee number 2 has been deleted from the original table because it has no record present in this table. So that means if you are trying to delete a record from the original table EMP24, which is having employee number as a primary key, it cannot delete the record if that record is not present in the second table. Sorry, if that record is present in the second table also. It will give you a warning that the second table also has got employee number 1. So I cannot delete it. But since employee number 2 was not present in the second table, it could easily delete it from EMP24. But while deleting from the second table, no error comes. The second table is completely independent. It will not show you any error while deleting. Right? So we have seen in today's session how to create the constraints, how to create a foreign key with references in both the table. We have also come to know that if we are deleting a record from the first table which has the same record in the second table, it will not delete it. And if we are deleting it from the second table, it will automatically delete it. Right? So keep practicing with these concepts. We'll come in the next session. Thank you.